DR fam, how's everybody doing on this great Tuesday? Hope everybody had a great day. Let's get into DR for today. So as bad as yesterday was, today was just that good. All right, so let's start out. Let's start out talking about London session or the ODR, the overnight. Real simple move. If you're up at anywhere between 4 and 5 a.m., you could have taken that move. We confirmed high right at base at 4:30. We did that confirmation. We did a retrace, pick up on the DR line. We never got, actually we got down to IDR. They were right next to each other. So again, one of those where you could have got in on either line and just, let the heat kind of take out a little bit. And then you just kind of have this takeoff move here. So real easy trade on the ODR. Can't get much simpler than that, right? All you gotta do is make sure that you have enough of, you have a big enough stop loss, and really you needed that's only a 2-point drop between here, between DR and like kind of the bottom. So if you had a 5-point stop loss, or your stop loss was underneath the 0.5 fib, you were in great shape. All right, so that's overnight. Pretty good. Now for the New York session, we had let's see. And now I did not trade today, right? So yesterday I said I forced a trade and end up losing. Today I did not trade because I was in the same situation I was in yesterday at a leadership conference, and every time I looked at the chart, I was like, man, I could have gotten that trade. Should have gotten that trade. What I'm really happy about is that one of the folks that followed DR in one of my groups, they said, hey, I missed the first move, but got the second move, and I was really happy about that. So let's see, 44.30, 44.12, what's that about? Let's say 44.30, yeah, 12, 24, those are 16, 17 points. About 16, 17 points. So that's actually a pretty good range for us today. And let's talk about what happened really quick. Now, we confirmed right a little after 10:30, so we had that confirmation. We always kind of look at kind of what our potential bias could be. So we had this move come down, but then we had this up and down move. So I would not have counted that toward my bias. Even though we ended up going down. So technically, you probably could have said, yeah, the majority of the morning it went down. So we'll take that, but again, didn't want to take that chance on that bias. But we did confirm low, had a nice down move candle, and then we look for our retrace. So we end up retracing actually all the way up inside of the IDR low. And so, right, if you know it by now, you know what we do next. All right, we put our order in on IDR low and let price come back down and take us, okay, and pick us up. Now, if you'd have done that, what you see is, what you would have seen is, so we're at 44, let's say 44.14, and you could have taken us down to 44.08. So, 8 and 6 is 14. So that's a nice 6-point move. So you definitely got your 5 points from here down to here. So that's easy. Now, if you would have held it, all right, because again, out of the first move, you notice one thing here is we have this bearish fair value gap that formed, all right? And so, you see how many times we actually went and tested that bearish fair value gap. So here's our first trade, okay? That formed the fair value gap, but then we came back up into it once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times. And so really you could have taken that trade in any one of those moves. And if you see what happened, if you look at, that's 44, let's say 13, so it means 44.18 is where your stop would have been if you're doing a full 5-point. So we never actually got anywhere close to that. And then you see this really nice move down here. If you had a little patience on that move, you could have a really nice move down. And then, all right, so that's your second trade potential. So third trade for us is we would have had, well, actually, here's the thing. So this next one came up, all right? It did not take out the DR low, right? It went up to it, it touched it, but it didn't go above it for it to come back down. But if you're being aggressive, what you're seeing here is blue line, which is our midnight open, and we know by now midnight is a strong support or resistance for us, and so we could have used that as a potential entry, and again a really nice entry there. Come back down again, so that's about a 10 pointer, 96, yeah, so 10 points. This was a 10 pointer here. Yep, from right here, definitely a 10 pointer there, another 10 pointer there if you're being aggressive. All right, so now the trade that the person I know that took that trade was this move here right around 3 o'clock. Price comes back up, tests the DR low again, all right, goes above it, order on DR low, price comes down, and boom, really clean. I mean, that's a clean trade for DR. So, and notice what's happening, right? So this burgundy box right here, that is really just a, let me put this on the daily, because what that is telling me that I'm literally inside of this daily fair value gap, right? So, and that's that to the downside. So even though I'm looking at the trade, like I can see that let me put on the daily, wrong one, sorry guys. Yeah, so you can see that burgundy box, that's my daily fair value gap. So, price is still in there, so I'm expecting price to, at some point, go down, right? And so that's what that fair value gap helps me understand. And so as I'm looking at my trades, and go back to the 5 minutes, that's what we do DR on, you can kind of see how that plays itself out, right? So again, really, really. And I should have showed you guys, I'm sorry, because we're in the actual, let me go back to the daily. I don't want to confuse anybody, because we're in the new day, right? So, 6 p.m. starts a new day. So this green candle that's going up, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this red candle, this long wick, right? That's actually today's candle. This one starts the next day. Sorry, I don't want to confuse anybody on that one. But notice what happened, right? So we actually were up here and we came back down, and we actually took out, we went all the way up to this candle, right? I mean, that candle's fair value gap, new week opening gap there as well. Went all the way up to that fair value gap, that bearish one, and came down and all the way into that one, right? So really just if you had that as your kind of perspective on the day, it would have been easy to understand kind of why we did what we did. All right, so next, so I think that's it. Honestly, for us, we came down to the bottom again. So man, just a really nice day compared to yesterday. And of course, I decided not to trade at all. Preview into what's happening with the Asian session, the ADR session. Let's see. So we ended up with a 4406 to 4399. So 7-8, really small range. But we're actually already testing. We had this move that kind of went here. So again, the expectation that we will be testing the DR high at some point here. We've tested the IDR high, right, which gives us a prelude to what DR could possibly do. So what I'm looking for now is price to actually start to move up into that above the DR. Now, the next thing I'm expecting it to do, just based on how this is set up, is once it confirms high up here, I'm actually expecting to come down to one of these bullish fair value gaps for a reversal back. Okay, so you notice that this fair value gap is actually sitting on the 0.5 fib, and so that's a really strong possibility of where price will get back to. So we can look at that. So even if price comes back up, once it confirms, if it comes back up and then test out, test the DR, IDR again, I might just wait to see what it does, right? So what I might do, instead of actually just putting my order just on the IDR low, and once it gets below it to come back up, I might just wait. Or what I might do is put my order right above the DR high. So give it a little more room to, kind of fake us out here and then come down for it to go back up. So we'll see how it plays out. If that happens between now and when I fall asleep, then we'll kind of take that trade. So anyway, that's just a preview of kind of how I would look at, the market as it sets up. But again, a really nice day today for DR. I am stuck again tomorrow in the same kind of meeting, so I don't know if I'll get a chance to trade. But today was a rough one not to do it. But that's part of the game, right? Tell yourself what you're not going to do, and then you just don't do it. So, hey, love on your family. You never know when you won't be able to do it again. So, make sure you take advantage of opportunities, and you guys be safe. And questions, comments, drop them in the little comment box. I try to answer all the questions or comments I get, because I actually do appreciate you taking the time to do that. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. All right, you guys be good, and have a great day tomorrow. We'll see you.